Drought-stricken cattle owners can now apply for access to some national parks, with contentious laws set to pass through State Parliament tonight. The Commonwealth may not have the power to block the move, while environmentalists are upset that tree clearing laws will also be amended.
Parliament's approval means 25,000 head of cattle may now graze in 5 national parks and 8 reserves.
To ensure a common-sense response to a critical animal welfare issue is implemented as soon as possible, and those starving cattle have access to that feed this week.
The government is claiming support.
The RSPCA, Animals Australia and the Queensland public and the majority of Australia.
And AgForce.
Certainly we would be hoping that if all this does go ahead, that people will be able to take advantage of it as quickly as possible.
But the Federal Environment Minister, Tony Burke, will get advice on blocking what he calls cowboy behaviour by the Newman government. Access for cattle is one of several amendments to vegetation management laws. Some tree clearing restrictions have been wound back.
We're losing our koalas at a scary rate already. Why a government would take away protections that exist to stop the clearing of their habitat.
We were promised protection, and today the Premier has delivered destruction.
The government assures them there'll be no return to broad-scale clearing. The Premier's also assured Queenslanders that a new levy to raise $1 billion over 5 years for flood mitigation is just an idea at this stage. The opposition doesn't call it a levy.
Why his government is considering a big new tax for Queensland families when the Premier himself promised to lower the cost of living.
Campbell Newman says there's been no decision yet.
We're going to treat people like grown-ups in this state. We're going to say, if you want a much higher standard of community infrastructure...
And he says he's met his cost of living promises. Chris O'Brien, ABC News, Brisbane.